Okay, welcome to the Innovators Mindset, everyone. Today I have BJ Williams from SoHookd on. BJ, thanks for doing this kind of last minute. Appreciate it.
Oh, I love it.
So I think we're focusing on innovators that are taking action and trying to make a positive difference. Talk about the issue that SoHookd is working on solving out there for people.
Yeah, so, first and foremost, SoHookd is a wellness gift and rewards platform. And the real challenge I saw out there was, there's all these people that want to be healthy and want to be living want to be exposed to things that sort of enhance their well-being, but there's a huge gap in those who are actually living a healthy lifestyle and those who want it. And this is not just costing sort of the individual this huge lack of quality of life, but this is also costing every sort of stakeholder within the entire ecosystem sacrifice. So for organizations, it's costing them money, given that healthcare is sort of the largest expenditure and it's costing productivity. And for payers, it's really costing them profitability.
And we're seeing with COVID that your kind of underlying health or lack of health really prepares you or puts you at risk as things like COVID-19 occur. So it's becoming more and more important, I think, these days.
It's so true. I mean, the wellness wave had hit before the pandemic, but this pandemic has extremely accelerated that wellness wave because people are realizing that, by even just having a healthier diet or by exercising or, by just being just mentally fit, it's helping them sort of be more sustainable during this pandemic.
Okay. And so talk about your background and how did you think to start something? What's SoHookd? Where is it right now? Are you in the market? What's happening with it?
Yeah, so we're in the market, and just in terms of my background, I'm a wellness nerd, athlete growing up, spent my early career sort of in private banking, asset management before going to Harvard Business School, then spent a real subsequent piece of for 10, 15 years working in the hospitality and wellness industries, primarily because, I'm really passionate about how experiences can kind of really elevate people's quality of life. And wellness has always been just a huge anchor within my life, both mentally, physically, spiritually. It's one of the most powerful things out there. And I'm really focused on just unlocking people's access for wellness for all. That's really sort of the purpose of what we do.
So it's interesting to me that you're sort of combining hospitality, travel, hotel, retail, that kind of experiential ethos with the wellness space and making it really easy and approachable for people. So that if they want to be healthy, SoHookd can help them get there. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's totally fair. And when I started entering the wellness space, I really saw that the brands that were winning in it were ones that really started leveraging hospitality. So if you think sort of the early ones on the scene, whether it's sort of the spa brands, more like Exhale, or the Soul Cycles, or even the CrossFit, what they were doing is they were creating a very desirable experience. So those hospitality touches that were differentiating their brand experience. And so the wellness industry has very much followed the travel and hospitality industry on almost every data point. So if you look at even just tourism, for example, wellness tourism is growing 3 times faster than the rest of the tourism market. Of course, we're in a pandemic, so tourism is not that strong right now. But even when you read things on what will people be doing this time next year, wellness activities are kind of how they want to travel because it's been sort of strong. And, the way I just sort of blend those. So for me, I don't think of it as that unique that I've ended up in the wellness industry after having years of being in the hospitality industry, because that's really the lens that really helps to sort of drive that consumer and behavior. I think just one last aspect, I know I've got a little long, but one last aspect is, when you're rewarding and incentivizing people, and what sort of sparks loyalty, that's an emotional connection. And you need something that's experiential, not transactional, to sort of really create that connectivity.
Yeah, and so I think one of the things we talked about before this that I want to touch on is that the rewards, it's probably better if the rewards are driving health in themselves, as opposed to, giving me a fudge sundae for a reward when it's maybe taking me backwards. So talk about SoHookd's philosophy around that.
Yeah, that's so great. And that's really kind of how we first got started, where, we were looking at how much companies were spending on sort of the incentives market just from a healthy behavior perspective. So they're spending $15 billion a year on incentives. And most of the time it was either cash or something that really didn't translate back into the valued behavior that they were trying to change. And so, we worked with behavioral scientists and sort of looked at what would really spark that, spark people to actually sort of change their behavior or make it stickier. And it was really around sort of making that virtuous cycle. I do something healthy and now I get rewarded with something healthy.
Right. Yeah, so it kind of builds on that, a virtuous cycle, and I feel better then. Yeah.
You feel better. And then, but one of the things we've changed in our model is we don't really care how people get rewarded. So companies are spending $125 billion on non-cash gifts and incentives, and or we don't care what they're getting rewarded for. They're spending it on non-cash gifts and incentives. So now, because the consumer craves well-being, it could be that, Vic, you went for a run, now you get rewarded with, a salad or athletic apparel. But it also could be if you really want to create deeper relationships with your team, especially working from home, want to create engagement, want to give them access to things that make you feel like you have a better connection with your employees. You can do
or like
that.
maybe it could even be a sales competition or some productivity thing. The bonus is a healthy reward that I feel better about. And a lot of people would prefer than having, I don't know, a small financial reward.
Exactly. So it's really giving people a desirable reward. And so for organizations that we partner with, we do all the hard work, right? We go out there, we aggregate these relationships with both national and local wellness brands, and then make it easy for you to be able to gift and reward with wellness. And doing that in a way that it's not a one size fits all option, because you might like, to get rewarded with, fresh food delivery, but somebody else, I might like to get rewarded with going to, go online virtual fitness or meditation.
Yeah, right. Okay. And then talk about the breakthrough moment. I mean, I don't know, you may not be able to use names, but you recently have started working with some pretty large organizations that has really kind of catapulted SoHookd. What's that experience been like, sort of breaking through?
Yeah. So once we kind of pivoted our model and kind of said, okay, how, like, the rewards are the heart and soul of our product, like, who are all the people that care about rewards? And how are they using rewards with their sort of core constituent? And we started working with one of the biggest health insurers in the country. They have 65 million members across the US, and they were looking to modernize and localize their reward platform. And the fact that, obviously they care about wellness, and their members care about well-being.
Sure. Right. Yeah. So it's a good mix there. They want to save money and the members want to be happy and healthy.
Yes, exactly. And so, they are definitely very aligned with kind of what we're doing, and it helps them deepen relationships with their members and offer something that's desirable.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for doing this. If people want to find out more, is there a website or somewhere they can learn more about the company?
Yeah. So www.sohookd.com, or, we're at SoHookd is our handle. You can find us on LinkedIn. But definitely reach out. And of course, you can always reach out to me directly at bj@sohookd.com.
Yeah. Okay, BJ, thanks for this. I'm excited to see how it grows. We'll all be getting more healthy over the next couple of years.
That would be awesome. And that's the goal, like, to live healthy lifestyles, right?
Yeah. Okay, thanks for doing it. I appreciate it, BJ.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.